Minion in. Okay guys, there's an issue that we need to talk about. And I wasn't going to, but I think getting a lot of requests lately, so here we are. In one way or another, we've all been affected by this issue. And that issue, you guys, is cheating. Now, as a games programmer and designer myself, I know that there is no such thing as unexploitable game code. There's always going to be small bugs and glitches that you could use to your advantage. That's what exploitation is. The Great Lumina Riots of April 2020, I like to call them that, was a bug where people were accidentally getting free Lumina. And a ton of people lost their shit and just went on a spending spree and started buying everything in sight. The server was shut down for a quick fix, and people who got caught had to deal with temporary suspension. A few weeks later, we had the estate exploit. If you missed it, you can click on this card to see what that was all about and what I had to say about it at the time, and then on the next card to see how that was resolved. For right now, all that you need to know is that people found a way to glitch a part of their estate to give them unlimited free resources. A bunch of people were suspended. There was a Wolf King exploit. Word got out that killing the Wolf King field boss was bugged and giving out insane rewards, and people just piled in to farm that boss for free stuff. That also resulted in some suspending. And then there was the Bless Pass bug that was giving out multiple Bless Pass rewards whenever you changed channels, and people went into another frenzy for more free stuff. Click this card for more info on that. What I'm trying to get at here, guys, is that that kind of behavior is wildly irresponsible and it hurts everybody. The other thing I want to get at here is how much do you want to bet that there is a giant overlap of the same people using all of those exploits and also more exploits that most people aren't even aware of? For example, did you know that there is a way to glitch health regeneration buff food to tick for ungodly amounts? People are running dungeons with this glitch and just breezing through every challenge because no boss can do enough damage to put a dent in your health. Because the way this glitch works is you get back 50% of your total health every 5 seconds. Nothing can kill you with that active. You really have to wonder how many people currently enjoying Endgame legitimately got there, and how many of them discovered a glitch or series of glitches that just handed them a free win. Because I know a lot of hardcore gamers who play for hours every day and really know what they're doing, like impressive, and still haven't hit that point. There's good reason to believe that there are guilds or groups of players who share these glitches with each other and keep them secret in their tight-knit groups in order to dominate the game. We've all heard there's rumors, right? But I'm not going to name anybody or point any fingers, and please guys don't do that in the comments section either, because that's not why we're here, that's not what this is about. Here's the thing that this is about. While I normally applaud ingenuity, knowing that this is a thing that exists is extremely demotivating to players who want to earn their keep. Why grind through endless bosses and an enhancement system with frustratingly low success rates when other players are skipping all of the grind, all of the hard stuff, and just getting to the end by cheating? I can name at least a handful of people who have quit and uninstalled this game for that exact reason, and I know more who are on the brink of rage quitting for good. And I don't want to lose those people. The system in place in Bless Unleashed right now encourages exploitation. If you get caught stealing Lumina or Star Seeds, you get a slap on the wrist and you get to keep what you stole. Maybe you get suspended for a few days, but by all accounts of people that I've seen that have been suspended for exploits, it's totally worth it. The rewards for using an exploit are so much higher than the punishment for getting caught using one. I'm not here to bitch and complain. I'm not going, oh my god, the game is broken, everything is terrible. This is not a doomsday thing. The game is amazing. I'm just trying to get some facts out there and raise some awareness. And also talk about the message that I think this system is sending to the community. I can't in any way deny that most of the people cheating are also spending the most money on the game right now. It makes sense, right? Think about it. The low patience mindset behind using exploits and glitches to get ahead faster has to be at least similar to the mindset behind paying for the premium Bless Pass, for example, or spending their money on anything that gets them more star seeds quickly, and then also buying cosmetics so that they can show off that they're better than you. I think it's pretty safe to say that right now the greatest portion of the game's income is coming from cheaters, so I get not wanting to ban them permanently. This would be a financial hit. Here's the thing though, here's the downside. I know for a fact that there are guilds and groups out there who move from game to game like a swarm of locusts. They come in, spend a ton of money, use a bunch of exploits, and then pick up and move to the next new thing when the rest of the community catches up to them and they're not the top dogs anymore. These locust swarms are a high source of temporary income for new multiplayer games, but just like locusts, they leave devastation and drought in their wake. By not permanently banning cheaters, the publishers are sending a clear message to the community that they have no faith in their game for the long term. And that message or stance can, for obvious reasons, be very damaging to a game's actual lifespan. It's saying we better get as much money out of this while we can because it's not going to be around that long. I don't know if that's what anyone's actually thinking right now. I really doubt it. They probably aren't. I sincerely believe that the devs behind Bless Unleashed are enthusiastic and working really hard on keeping the game great and making it even greater all the time. Regardless, by not banning exploiters and cheaters, at the very least repeat offenders, you guys. That is the message that is being put out there. What we as a community really need to see is a display that Bless Unleashed's publishers have faith in this game long term. And the way to show that faith is to issue permanent bans to confirmed cheaters, no matter how much money they spent in the Lumina store. The EULA needs a clear statement that being caught exploiting a bug in the game to cheat your way ahead is grounds for permanent ban without reimbursement for any in-game purchases. I've used this example before, but it's a good one, so here I go again. When I was playing Guild Wars Beta, there was a way to glitch a certain boss to die almost instantly and give out extremely high rewards repeatedly. It was basically a bunch of free stuff. Global chat went bananas and a ton of people rushed to get as much of free stuff out of this exploit as possible before the server shut down. Others, who knew the rules, kept shouting "you're going to get banned," but were ignored. And at the end of the day, a whole ton of people had their accounts permanently banned, never to be seen again. This was back in 2005, and if you look around, Guild Wars is still active and has been so successful that it got a sequel. Those exploit bans didn't damage the game at all. Quite the opposite. It removed a huge chunk of the community's more toxic elements and sent the message to everyone that the developers valued the integrity of their game more highly than short-term earnings. The message really paid off. So here I am, calling for a zero tolerance on exploits from everyone, players and devs alike. John Nash, the father of modern game theory, determined that the most positive outcome for any group is if every member of the group pursues a course of action that is the most beneficial to himself and the group. We're all in this community together, and it's time we start acting like it. Look, anybody can run into some faulty code. I'm not saying everyone who benefits from a glitch should be tossed out on their ass for good. Not at all, that's not what I'm saying. This is a video game. It's going to have some faulty code. This is unavoidable, and people shouldn't be punished for stumbling across it. But if, for example, during the estate exploit investigation you were found to be using that glitch repeatedly for days, then you should be banned for life, because you're wrecking the enjoyment of the game for everyone who chooses to play with some pride and integrity. After a few days, if you keep using a glitch over and over again, you know what you're doing is wrong, and you can't excuse that. This is not a blame video, okay? I'm not trying to point fingers. With games, especially online multiplayer games, there are so many moving parts and so many unpredictable factors that airtight code is absolutely impossible. It's not the dev's fault the potential exploit exists. This is a plea to the entire Bless Unleashed community. To my fellow players, when you become aware of a glitch, put up your hands and back away slowly. Don't be greedy or cheap, because every time you do that, you're hurting the rest of us. To my fellow devs and Bandai Namco, please send the message clearly that we all need to hear, that you have faith that Bless Unleashed will be around for a very long time, and that the game's integrity is worth more to you than a fast cash grab. I truly believe that this position of integrity is where you guys are coming from, but it needs to be heard loud and clear by everyone. Now is the time to put your money where your mouth is. You're doing an amazing job, and I know you won't let us down. Go be freaking heroes. Minion out.